Good afternoon, students. So in previous lecture, we have started our fifth chapter, that is sensor and transducer, for 13 marks. In that, we have seen the definition and introduction for sensors and transducer. Then what are the applications of sensors and transducer? Then what are the types of sensors and transducers? So today we'll see some types of our transducer. So this is on your screen. You can see the diagram for sensors versus actuators. So sensors are non-electrical quantity given to it as an input, but it produces the electrical signal. So non-electrical quantity means what? You can say that there is a pneumatical, or you can say that hydraulic, all these types of quantities are treated as a non-electrical quantity. Means there may be a pressure or displacement, all these type of quantities we can say that non-electric quantity, and sensor produces the electrical output. So this is called as a sensors. What do you mean by actuator? It is exactly reverse to sensors, that is electrical signal is given to it, but it produces non-electrical output. Means if you are giving voltage, current, this electrical quantity as an input to actuator, it will produces the displacement or movement of some devices. This is nothing but the actuator, right? Then sensors classification done on the basis of a displacement, position, proximity, velocity and motion, then force, fluid pressure, liquid flow, liquid level or temperature. So depending upon which type of inputs you are given to sensor, so the sensors are classified according to that quantities. So non-electrical quantity, as I said you, it is a pneumatic type, hydraulic type. So pneumatic type means it is related to pressure, flow, like, and it is if it is hydraulic, then it is displacement, position type, or velocity, motion, you can say. So these are the some classifications given on the basis of input provided to sensors. Then distance sensors means it measures the length of straight line between two defined points. Then displacement sensors means measures the change of position of the device relative to the reference point. Then position means it coordinates of special point of an object in a specified reference system. Means some position is fixed of particular device, and if there is a change in position, that will change by position sensor, right? Then proximity sensor means it determines the sign, that is positive or negative, of linear distance between the object point and fixed reference point, also called as a switch. A contact free displacement or distance sensor for a short distance, right? Proximity sensor is nothing but it measures the displacement between the charge, between two charge, you can say that negative or positive. So what are the displacement sensor? Potentiometer sensor, strain gauge element, capacitive element based sensor, or linear variable differential transformer. So these are the displacement sensor which produces the displacement of the device, you can say that. Then this is the picture of potentiometer sensor. In your syllabus, in your notes, the structure is given in diagrammic form. A potentiometer sensor, there is a resistive element present, then sliding wiper is present, then diaphragm is present, and in that at the input of that diaphragm we have applied the pressure, right? So the principle is that the conversion of mechanical displacement into electrical signal. So means we are giving a pressure, that is we are giving diaphragm, will make diaphragm to move, and with the help of pressure, and it will produce the electrical quantity. So you can see the construction that the direction of rotation of the drum is given. That drum is nothing but corrugated diaphragm, or then coil spring is there, potentiometer is connected, then terminals are given for potentiometer. So potentiometer has three terminals. You can see that the two terminals are fixed and one terminal is variable. The A and B terminal is fixed and C terminal is variable. So it will the shaft of potentiometer, that means you are there is one rod you can see, that is called as a shaft, so which gives the movement, and that movement is measured. How it is measured, it is shown. So the shaft rotation we can sense, and at the shaft rotation will able to achieve some voltage. So that is nothing but the electrical signal we are going to measure with the help of potentiometer sensor. Then mathematical expression is given for measuring the output voltage. So for measuring the output voltage, you have to take the ratio of voltage produced in resistor, and then the addition of two resistors, that is Ra and Rb, which is nothing but the resistance of potentiometer. So the sliding arm of the potentiometer, that rod or shaft, we can say that the sliding arm of potentiometer is coupled to the diaphragm, and with the application of pressure diaphragm moves, which forces sliding wiper arm to change its angular position. The angular position is shown, how it is rotating, that sliding arm, and this will change the voltage between points B and C. So this transducer produces voltage which is proportional to the pressure that which we are giving from backside of the potentiometer, right? So with the application of pressure of diaphragm moves, which forces the sliding wiper arm to changes in its angular position. So it is proportional to the voltage, right? And the formula is given. Then application control system with feedback loop, some devices, instrumentation devices, where the feedback is required. Feedback means output quantity we have taken once again and monitor it, and if it is not at expected level, then we'll again process it, which is called as a feedback. So in that instrumentation device, potentiometer sensors are used. Then it is used in elevators, means all of you know the lift which you are using is nothing but elevator. So potentiometer sensor is used there. Then liquid level assemblies, means in chemical factories there are some chemicals used to observe the level of that chemicals. It is used. And then forklift trucks it is used. Then automobile throttles controls it is used. Then it is used in modeling machines, then woodworking machines, printing, spraying, robotics. So there are so many applications of potentiometer sensor. So in exam you have to write only the working principle of potentiometer pressure sensor, which is given in very short and simple language in your important question answer PDF, right? Then this is the strain gauge element. So what is a strain gauge element? We'll see. Now again strain gauge is a displacement sensor, we can say that. So strain gauge is used. Strain is an element, is a ratio of change in length in the direction of applied load to the original length of element, right? So strain gauge means the force which we have applied, and some displacement will happen in strain gauge. So that displacement will convert it into the electrical quantity. So it is nothing but the measure of strain. So strain is an element is a ratio of change in length in direction of applied load to the original length of element, right? So जो भी डिवाइस है उसका लेंथ कम ज़्यादा होता है उसको इज़ नथिंग बट स्ट्रेन, राइट? सो द स्ट्रेन चेंजेस द रेजिस्टेंस आर ऑफ द एलिमेंट, राइट? सो दैट चेंज मतलब जो लेंथ है आपका डिवाइस का, जो लेंथ है वो जब चेंज होता है, जब आपको उसके ऊपर आप कौन सा भी लोड देते हैं तो डिवाइस का लेंथ अगर चेंज होता है तो उसका रेशो यानी कि स्ट्रेन है। और वो जो मेजरमेंट है हम वो कैसे करते हैं कि जब स्ट्रेंथ प्रोड्यूस होता है तो रेजिस्टेंस के ऊपर अफेक्ट करता है। सो विल कोरिलेट द स्ट्रेंथ एंड रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द डिवाइस, राइट? एंड विल मेजर the output quantity. So in order to measure the strain with a bonded resistance strain gauge, it must be connected to an electrical circuit that is capable of measuring the minute changes in resistance corresponding to strain. अभी जो मैंने बोला आपको कि आप कोई भी एक डिवाइस है उसको आप लोड देते हो, तो अगर उस डिवाइस या मटेरियल का लेंथ चेंज हो जाता है तो वो लेंथ चेंजिंग इज़ नथिंग बट स्ट्रेन। एंड हाउ यू मेजर द स्ट्रेन? टू कनेक्ट दैट डिवाइस विथ रेजिस्टर and that resistor measurement will give you strain, right? So the device is called as a strain gauge which measures the strain and resistance, right? So in order to measure the strain with bonded resistance strain gauge, it must be connected to an electrical circuit that is capable of measuring the minute changes in resistance corresponding to strain. So strain gauge transducer usually employ 4 strain gauges element that are electrical connected to form a bridge circuit, right? And the output of the bridge is expressed in volts output per volt input, right? So that resistance will produce some voltage. So your strain is directly proportional to the voltage produced by your strain gauge transducer, right? Means you are measuring strain with the help of resistance, and resistance will produce a voltage. That voltage is proportional to your strain, right? So this is the arrangement given. So the bridge is formed. These resistance are connected to the device whose strain we are going to measure, and the ratio of resistance will give which produces the voltage which is directly proportional to strain, right? So strain gauge element applications are given. It is used in mostly it is used in a mechanical machines because strains are always produced in a mechanical machine. So it is used to check or measure the strain of mechanical machines. Then it is used in deflection measurement, torque measurement, vibration measurement, bending and deflection measurement, compression, tension measurement. All these parameters are always we'll find in a mechanical machines, or we can say that in any mechanical machine. So its main use in a mechanical industry to measure the strain, right? So this is all about, we have seen the strain gauge, then we have seen the how to measure the displacement. So these are the some important topics from our 5th chapter.